All right, guys, I am back, and this is technically the first video of the challenge that I've filmed in like a couple of weeks, because I'm recording them like way ahead and then scheduling them out, and then at that point that I can ask questions, or I can answer questions, that sort of thing. So the next couple of weeks are going to be making the tags and the pocket, or like the tags for all the pockets that we've been working on. And I know this is going to seem, at least to me, it seems like it might be a little bit boring, but it's part of the process, right? Like, I guess for me, I don't want a ton of these really cool pockets that we've spent all this time making and not have tags and cards and then feel like really frustrated, like in November trying to fill them. So this for me is part of the process. Like now, like this week, we'll be working on the first set of, oh, I almost forgot I have 4 in each one. So we're going to be working on these 4, or 3, I should say, 3 envelope pockets that we made the very first week. So we will be working on how do we want them to lay out on a page. What do we like here? Technically on these ones, we have the pocket here. So we could put 1 or 2 pieces here. We can put 1 or 2 pieces up here. And if we wanted to make them side tucks, then we put another piece here. Or if we want a large tag, we put one here, that sort of thing. So that's something that we're going to go through this week. And it is kind of up into to interpretation of what you feel like is going to be your best option. Of course, if you want to go a different direction with your pieces, then do so. You know, if you prefer side tucks versus like large tags, sorry, there's lotion underneath my fingernails. Okay. You know, if you like sides more than tags, do that. If you like tags more than side pockets, then do that. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. And then if you want to follow along, maybe we should do that without my charger cord, huh? Perfect if you want to take the same ideas and concepts and then change it into what you want to do. Perfect. But this week, what I'm going to be working with is I'm going to need cardstock for bases, right? And I'm going to I brought the red, but then I was like, you can't really write on it. So our tag bases really need to be, you know, the colors that you can write, like whomever's getting the journal can write on, like the lighter greens, the whites, the creams. You will probably see some of this in larger form, which is that parchment cardstock that I get at Home Depot, Office Depot, that sort of thing. And then of course I'm going to be bringing along all of my paper scraps. And then, and keep in mind, we're not decorating. We're just getting bases. I mean, that's the same thing with the pockets here, because eventually I'll add some laces, add a snippet. We'll do something to kind of pull it all together. And then at that point, I'm not putting tag toppers and I'm not putting anything on the cards because that will come later. And then in those series, that's when we again, pick what we're doing, right? Like for this one, I'll probably do something snowman related, right? So I need to find some snowman, either like graphics, or, you know, maybe I have some magazine pages or something like that to make, you know, pull it all together into one. Right now, we're just working on base things, okay? All right, so, yeah, so bring all your scraps. I am going to bring my tab punch, and then obviously my circle punch, my inks, that sort of thing. So yeah, now that we kind of know what we're like, where we're going, let me tell you a couple other house cleaning things. Housekeeping, whatever. Kind of out of sorts with these videos a little bit. Like in a good way, just so excited to keep going. Okay, so a couple of things is we have 3 or 4 other YouTubers, which I'm going to try to link down in the description to their channels. I have started a playlist, and you can find it by, I'll show you here. So if you go to my channel and go to playlist, there's one here that's called the hashtag 3 and 15 Don't Freak Out Before Christmas thing here. When you click into that, it has everybody so far. And YouTubers that are doing this with me, If you don't see like you've produced a video, but you don't see it in this playlist, I'm trying my best through the feeds to add them as I see them on the video titles. So if you don't see one of your videos, please, please, please tell me about like that it's not there, and I will get it added. But so Pearl and Buttons is doing it, Emmephemras Treasure, and Inky Owl Studio, and Tatty Treasures. So here's what I'm noticing. If you can kind of see, it's kind of messy on where it is. I mean, you can tell right here, you know, Emmephemras Treasures, Tatty Treasures, Didi Farrago, you know, things like that. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do it per person. Like I'm going to start new playlists. That will take me probably at least a week for you to see it. But I think I'm going to do like, it'll say 3 and 15 minute or 3 and 15 DFBC challenge. And then I'm going to put Emmephemras Treasures. And then I'm going to put Tatty Treasures. And then I'm going to put mine. And then I'm going to put Inky Owl Studio. And then I'm going to put Pearl and Buttons. So that it's more clear. And then, because the brilliant thing about these playlists is that if you start this one in a playlist, and as long as you have your autoplay on, which let's just do that. Okay.
Introducing a new way to make the cold.
Emily, please don't copyright me over that whole deal. I'm trying to, I'm teasing. I don't think she would ever do that. But right here, you see this 1 in 36. So there's 36 videos in that playlist. So if you click that, then it'll show you the lineup of all of them. So, and then I don't know if you, I'm assuming, I'm basing all of this off of that people may not know this information. So if you already know, just kind of, you know, ignore the next few things. But when you do that, you could start, like when I have Emily's up into one thing, it should, in theory, go to week 1, episode 1, week 1, episode 2, week 1, episode 3, right? Like, so it should do that so that you can easily find what you're looking for, okay? And if you just click the first video in the series, it'll keep playing all of those videos like back to back to back to back. So like if you're crafting along, and I've heard from several people that they're just making one of each and they're going to put it like in a book or whatever. This will help you to, okay, you made your pocket. Okay, you got that one. Now like the next video Emily's done, and it should cross my fingers. It should come up like next. Okay, so I'm going to try to load them that way too, so that it should. Again, I'm not sure. Sometimes I think I got this whole tech thing figured out, and then it ends up kicking me in the pants. So, and then if you can see here, see that little red bar at the bottom of that video? That means that I've rewatched this video. Okay. And like down through like, okay, well, like Emily's video, see there's a red line right there. And then Tatty Treasures has a red line. That shows you, that's an indication to you that you've already watched that video. So if you get lost in your series, just check this one. And then, or say you're like, oh, you know what? I can't remember exactly how to make that pocket, and I know I've already watched the video. Then you can come back here and be like, okay, it's that one. That's the one I watched. That's the pocket I want to make. Okay. I don't know if that helps any. Yeah. So hopefully that helps some. And yeah, I'm super excited to get started on these. I do have one more to film. These little guys for this coming Friday. I am running into like creative roadblocks with these things. I think a lot of it has to do with, I'm not happy with the papers that I have been using. And so I did go ahead and get a new paper pack. So hopefully that will help inspire that, because it just seemed like, to me, like these, I mean, this one has unicorns and cats on it, which isn't a problem, but, and like flamingos, it just didn't feel right. It just felt like more of the same. So I'm still working on that one. Obviously before Friday, you will have that video. But yeah, so, oh, another thing you can use is wrapping paper. If you have some wrapping paper, or like, okay, so I grew up, obviously you guys have heard this before, like dirt poor, and there were some years where we reused the wrapping paper. That was when I was very little, but I remember us saving it. We saved bows, we saved all of that, right? Like the first stages of recycling before it really became a thing. But yeah, if you have wrapping paper, use the wrapping paper, right? Like if you love it, this is the time to pull it out and start using it. Yeah. Oh, and if you don't have cardstock, always remember that you can use book page. You can still use like the junk mails, like this stuff, because it's still cardstock, right? It's still a form of cardstock. So if you need to, use this. Yeah, don't feel like you can't participate if you don't have specifically the right stuff I don't want to say right stuff because that's not fair either, but like if you don't have cardstock or you don't have an item I'm using, definitely ask questions in the comments, because more times than not, seasoned journal makers are going to be able to give you ideas on what to use. Like well, like here's some packaging that I saved. You could, if you have I know you guys see me use this a lot, but like pizza boxes, I mean, all over all the time. I mean, these tags would be a little bit thicker than usual, but that's okay. You can cut them down and make quite a few tags out of this kind of stuff. It's, more like chipboard, but it's still, I mean, it'll put some thickness in your journals, but it's still a great option. So yeah, if you're struggling to come up with ways to, or like things to use, don't hesitate to ask. Especially, I know I've heard a lot that we have some new people. So if you don't have exactly this, ask, and we'll do our best to like kind of in the community, just like make sure you can figure out how you can do these so that you don't feel left out, and so that you build some different skills, that sort of thing. So, and by no means am I ever going to tell you that I'm an expert at anything, because I'm not. I learn just like you guys. I learn by watching videos. I learn by hands-on experience. So yeah, and tips are always welcome, because I've had several comments lately that are like, what, oh, I should probably not have that sitting out in case there's a bad word, huh? What if you did this instead? Wouldn't that make it easier? Well, you know what? It probably would. And I had never thought of it. So thank you for bringing it to my attention, because that's exactly how we learn. So I know some YouTubers probably take a little bit of offense to that, but I don't, because it is all a learning curve, and we are all here to learn. We're here to have fun, and we're here to just be a source of light and love for everybody. And so, yeah, that's how I look at it. I may not have thought about it or thought of it. So awesome that you did. So yeah, I mean, it's a helpful community. Everybody that I've come into contact has been amazing. It's amazing support system. I know I have a few of you that aren't really able to craft anymore, and I'm sorry, but I am so glad that I can provide a little bit of an escape for you every day. That above everything else, like, just warms my heart that you don't feel lonely when you are able to watch my videos. And that literally is like God's work. Like, I feel so fulfilled when I can help those of you who are struggling, or you really just need the escape, and that makes my heart feel so happy. And like I said, I feel like I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to be doing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I know that was a little bit much and a little bit heavy, but yeah, I love you guys, and welcome to all the new subscribers, and thank you old subscribers for just sticking with me. And I am having a load of fun with this whole challenge. It's been a challenge, right? Like, yeah, 15 minutes isn't a whole lot of time to get something done. But yeah, all right, guys, I will just talk to you, well, technically tomorrow, but that video was recorded like 3 weeks ago. So, and this one is recorded Saturday, the day before it's supposed to be up. So, yep, I love you all. We will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.